Hello there friends and followers, and welcome to this X-Plane 11 video. Today we're going to be flying the Boeing 737-900 Ultimate, and we're going to be doing a full flight service from Schiphol Airport in Amsterdam to Munich Airport in Germany. Our approximate flight time today is 1 hour and 35 minutes, and we're going to be cruising at about 35,000 feet. So without further ado, let's get started. I will provide you with the download links of both the 737-900 Ultimate and the Zibo mod in the description section of the video. Alright, let us get started by connecting the ground power unit. And we're going to set up a few things here. Visual effects, that's fine. And hardware, that's good. Alright, we're going to go ahead and turn on the battery. Battery is on, and let's connect the ground power unit. Right, ground power is now connected, and we have power. We're going to set the gears to nav mode, and then we're going to begin our flows. Everything looks good here. Everything looks good here. Let me do this. That's much better. Emergency lights are armed. Non-smoking sign is on. Fasten seat belt on auto. And we're going to move up here. Window heat is set. Hydraulics are set. Left and right pack on auto. And everything else looks good. The final cruise altitude is 35,000 feet. So we're going to set that here. 35,000. And steady for our position light. And we are now ready to program the FMC. Before we do so, we can come here and look at our flight plan. Let's see here, aircraft 900 documentation. There we go. That's our flight plan, and what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the fuel here. Oh, we need to change the configuration to kilograms. And now we can head back here and check the fuel. We need a 6,900, so what we're going to do is we're going to put 7 even. Okay, and we'll head back here to our flight plan. Okay, so we're going to take this out and we're going to take it over to the FMC so that we don't have to go back and forth. That's much better. There we go. All right. So the FMC, before we do so, let's go back to home and start the flight leg. Okay, good stuff. Let's head over here now and position initialization. We are currently at Echo Hotel Alpha Mike. And let's grab the GPS position, insert it here, and then we're going to go to route. This is our origin. Destination is Echo Delta Delta Mike. And the flight number today is KLM 7425. And departure. Alright, let's take a look here at the next page. I really like the AviTab integration with both the Zibo and this 737-900 Ultimate. Absolutely brilliant, makes things really easy. Alright, so we are departing today, runway 36 left, which is unusual. 36 left. 36 left through the, let's see, the Randy 1 Vector departure. 1 Victor, that's the one here. And route next. Okay, so next is going to be Uniform Zulu 738, Uniform Zulu. Okay, and finally it is our star into Munich Airport, runway 26 right. So we're going to head here and we're going to select Enora 3 Alpha and ILS runway 26 right, ILS 26 right. Through the, let's see, I believe it is the Mike India Quebec transition, but we're just gonna check here. Let's see here. Next page. Next page. There we go. Let's see here. Yep, it is indeed the MIQ or Mike India Quebec transition. And activate and execute. Okay, let's actually go ahead and do the performance initialization or performance init. Gross weight reserve. We can look back here at our flight plan and check the reserves. Let's see here. Final reserve 1074. So it's safe to say 1.2. 1.2. Cost index is 35. And cruise altitude is 35,000 feet. Cruise wind 017054 017 and 54 knots. ESA deviation is 2. And let's see here. N1 limit transition altitude is 3,000. Let's see here. I put that. That's perfectly fine. Takeoff flaps 5. And center of gravity is 24.1%. That gives us a trim today of 4.37. That's about right. Set our speeds. So we've got now 136 for V2. 136 for V2. And flight directors are on. Altitude is set to 35,000. And anti-skid or auto brake goes to rejected takeoff. All right, we're done with pretty much everything here. So we're going to head back home here, and we're going to put this back where it belongs. There, let's see if we can snap it. There we go. Okay, so we are now pretty much ready to call the pushback truck. Let's go to FMC here, climb, and legs page. Everything looks good here. All right. We're going to go now and start the APU. And we're just going to wait for the APU to become available. In the meantime, we can tune into 122.0 to listen to the ATIS.
Echo Hotel Alpha Mike Airport information. Echo 1325 Zulu weather wind 059er at 5 visibility 10,000 sky condition 1,100 scattered ceiling 1,500 broken temperature 11 dew point 9er QNH 1037 advise on initial contact you have information Echo.
So 1037. 1037. There we go. And we'll do the same thing here. 1037. And on this side as well. Let's see here. Okay, 1037. Alright, that's done. And let's check here the APU. Alright, APU is available. So APU is on. And let's take a look here. Everything looks good. APU bleed is on. And we're going to turn on the anti-collision light now. And we're going to call the pushback truck. It's a long taxi to runway 36 left, which is a bit unusual. Selecting this runway for departure, but that's what SimBrief is telling us. Okay. Pushback, actually, we can also access pushback from here if I'm not mistaken. Yep, pushback and
ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go.
Alright, and we're just gonna stick the aircraft right over here.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
Alright, and we can get rid of the ground power unit now. GPU disconnect.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Alright, we've been cleared to start our engines, so we're going to turn on the fuel pumps here, and we are going to turn off the packs. And now we are ready to start the engine number 2. And now the engine number 2 is spooling. Let's check here. Yep. Alright, and we can give it some fuel. Oops. There we go. Alright, the engine number 2 is now stable. Let's go ahead and start engine number 1. And engine number 1 is spooling. Three, 24, 25, and 2. And let's give it some fuel.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Alright, parking brake is set and the tow is being disconnected. Let's head over to the overhead panel, and generators are on. Engine mode selectors to continuous. Probe heat is on, and left pack and right pack on auto, isolation valve on auto, and we can now turn off the APU bleed. Alright, and everything else looks good. APU can go off, and we are pretty much ready for taxi now. Let's set our flaps to flaps 5.
If necessary, an infant life vest will be distributed by a flight attendant. The safety card shows how to use the vest.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the right. We'll see you next time, and have a safe flight.
Alright, flaps are set, the tow is disconnected, and we are ready for departure. So we're just going to wait for the tow truck to move out of our way. And let's see here. Taxi runway turn-off lights, taxi lights are on, and everything else here is fine. So we can now release the parking brake and head over to the runway. Parking brake released, and let's give it just a little bit of power. By the way, in this version, the heads-up display does work, and we can see it here. There we go. I don't necessarily like the colors, they're a bit too bright, but it works, and you can try it if you like. We're not going to use it for this particular flight today. There we go. Let's put it back. There we go. Alright. I am using LiveTraffic plugin in this video. I'll provide you with a link to it in the description section of the video. Up to this point, it is a free plugin for X-Plane that really fills up your skies. It's like this guy just did a go-around. And I'm not sure if it's going to remain for free. It is free now. If you guys are interested, I can do a short video, show you what it does and how to install it, along with the CSL models. Alright, we're going to make a turn here. We are approaching the hold short point for runway 36 left now. And there we go, and we're going to make our final stop here in preparation for takeoff. Alright, let's make a final stop right over here. Parking brake is set, and let's check here. Landing lights on, runway turn off, and taxi lights are off. Logo light is on, and the strobes are on.
Flight attendants, please be seated for departure.
Okay, everything else is ready. Our throttle is armed, and we're good to go. All right,
Okay,
let's
the cabin
line
is
up
secured. Have a
and
good flight.
depart. looks like there are some aircraft on the runway right now. So we're just going to line up and wait. Yeah, definitely there is an aircraft incoming and probably just landed. So we're just going to wait for the aircraft to clear the runway and then we're going to depart. All right, we are ready for takeoff. Parking brake released and let's go. %, stabilized, and toga. There's actually an incoming aircraft. There's nothing I can do about that as the AI is not coordinated with this plugin. So
80 knots.
80 knots, check.
D1, rotate.
Rotate.
Positive rate.
Was great. Gears going up. Flaps up. And we're going to maintain 10-degree pitch.
1,000.
1,000 feet. VNAV does not want to engage. LNAV. Gear is locked. And autopilot is engaged. I'm not sure what the deal is with VNAV. But this is the second flight I do, and for some reason, it just does not want to engage. Alright, let's set this to 250 knots. Transition altitude. And right over here. Yeah, I'm not sure what is wrong with VNAV, but it just does not want to engage. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. It remains to be a limitation in this version of the 900 Ultimate. But what we can do is we can, the rate of climb is a bit too high. Alright, we're just going to leave the aircraft manage through level change mode, and as soon as we pass 10,000 feet, then we will consult our speeds here. It's going to make our life a bit difficult as we approach Munich, as we need to do everything manually. I'm not actually sure what would a real pilot do if VNAV does not engage in the real aircraft for any odd reason. Would he actually go back to the airport and report this error, or would he continue the flight and just report it to maintenance after landing? Interesting. Okay, we continue to climb through 9,000 to 35,000. And let me check here, 278. Okay, so as soon as we pass 10,000 feet, we can increase our speed to 278 knots, which we are going to do now. Landing lights are off, ignition to NOR auto, and let's see here, we can turn off those two lights here. And we're going to set the speed to 278. There we go. And we're just going to let the aircraft do its thing. Let me see VNAV. No, VNAV does not want to engage. Alright folks, we continue our climb now to 35,000 feet. So I'm going to let you guys enjoy the flight, and we'll check back with you as soon as we level off at our final cruise altitude. We just leveled off at 35,000 feet, which is our final cruise altitude, and VNAV still does not want to engage for some reason. This is actually the third recording of this aircraft today, so I've spent hours doing the first two videos only to find out an issue with this aircraft. On approach runway 28 left in San Francisco, where the aircraft actually started floating just like a helicopter. and it would just not progress towards the runway. I'm not sure if this is a bug in the aircraft or something to do with X-Plane 1132 release candidate 2. I would suspect it's the aircraft, but we're going to find out now when we do the approach at Munich. Now, I wanted to kind of share with you guys something, and this is probably more directed towards those of you who are new to the channel. Those of you who have been watching the channel for a long time probably already know this. And it is in reference to the reviews I make of aircraft on the channel. Now, I'm not a real-world pilot, and I cannot definitely vouch for the flight model of the 737 or the Airbus or the MD-80 or any other aircraft for that matter. I do have a lot of experience with smaller aircraft, specifically the Cessna 152 and the Piper 28. I've flown those aircraft in real life a number of times, and what I'd like to say is when I do these reviews, my ultimate objective is to provide you guys with the ability to make a decision on whether this is the right investment for you or not, by showing the aircraft features, showing the aesthetics. But I also watch a lot of videos on the aircraft before making the review. So I interrogate videos, I read manuals, I read what real pilots say about the aircraft, and then try to see if there is any resemblance between what the aircraft does in real life and how it is simulated in the flight simulator. One other important thing that I need to carefully direct to all my new subscribers is that I don't get paid a penny for doing any reviews. I've seen some comments saying, oh, this is probably another paid review and things like that, and I do not get paid. In fact, I don't get any sort of compensation for doing anything. I do this for fun. I don't do it for the money, and I'm very grateful for how many subscribers have subscribed to the channel. I'm very glad that a lot of you find the channel useful and they find my reviews helpful and unbiased. I'm a human being, and I do have my own biases sometimes, and I try not to show them when I'm doing these reviews, but because I honestly want this channel to be a kind of a reference guide for you guys before making a purchase. And so I try to show the good, the bad, and the ugly of every add-on I review. A lot of developers actually provide me with their payware to test and preview on the channel, and some of it is actually very good, some of it is not so good. But again, I always specifically mention the fact that I was given this particular payware by the developer in the beginning of the review video for that particular add-on. But anyway, this is what I wanted to share with you guys in this video, and I will hopefully go through all the request list that I have received from you guys, reference to the reviews of the Epic 1000, the Spitfire, and so on and so forth. So hopefully we will not encounter the same issue on approach at Munich Airport, and until we reach the top of descent point, I will let you guys enjoy the flight, and we'll check back with you about 30 nautical miles or so before top of descent. Enjoy the flight. Welcome back, folks. We are approximately 30 nautical miles from the top of descent point. So what we're going to do is we're going to head over to the FMC, and we're going to set our approach speed and flaps. We're going to do flaps 30 today, and our approach speed is 132 and +5 for wind correction. That gives us a final approach speed of 137. And let's go ahead and set the FMC, beg your pardon, the frequencies, 108.7, 108.7, 108.7, and we need to set the course, which is 260. That's the approach course. Oops, 1 260 and 260 on this side as well. Alright, so we are configured for our approach now. We're going to set the MCP altitude as well. Let's go ahead and take a look here. And it looks like the approach altitude is, let's see here, 5,000. So let's set the MCP altitude to 5,000 feet. Alright, 5,000 is set, and we are about 17 nautical miles now from top of descent. 1 nautical miles to top of descent, so let's go ahead and click on level change here. And we should begin the descent now. Let's keep an eye on the restrictions. We need to be below 25,000 at Anora. Any other restrictions? Below 15 at Boeing, above 5 at Mike, India, Quebec. And we're going to actually maintain 5,000 until established. We are down to 12,000 feet, and we continue our descent, and everything is looking good now for our approach into Munich. And at this point, let's take a look at the weather at Munich. Echo Delta Delta Mike. Partly cloudy, 10 Celsius, 6 knots to 90 degrees. That's fine. Altimeter is 1033. And visibility is plus 10 miles, so we're good. Transition altitude in Munich is 5,000 feet. Really beautiful sky colors here with X-Vision, the impressive preset. We are approaching 10,000 feet now, and we are at about 250 knots. We need to slow down a little bit to about 240 momentarily. Alright, here we go. 10,000 feet, and the landing lights are on, and everything else here is fine. Time to set our transition altitude. Standard 133. Oops. Oh, come on. There we go. 133. And we'll do the same thing here. 133. 1033, that is. And on this side as well. By the way, you can sync the barrow on the FO and captain sides. Alright, there we go. 133, and we're approaching the platform altitude of 5,000 feet now. We are approaching our turn now to intercept the localizer. As you can see, there is some traffic here. Some aircraft are landing at Munich. We've begun our turn, and many of you have asked me not to edit the approach part. I will try as much as possible not to edit too much of it. We're going to go ahead and reduce our speed now to 205. There we go. Okay, and at this point, we're going to reduce the speed to 160 knots. And approach. Okay, glide slope is moving down now. Alright, here we go. Flaps 1. And flaps 5. this point, we're going to select gear down, brakes to 2. Okay, and 150 knots. Flaps 15. Airport. It looks like the visibility is pretty bad there. Oh, it's raining here in Munich, it looks like. Okay, we're looking good. Very nice rain effect. 2,500 feet. Okay, let's go ahead and reduce our speed to 137, which is our approach speed. And we're going to flaps 25. Flaps 30. Well, the TCAS appears to be doing its job. I'm not sure where these aircraft are.
Traffic.
1,000 feet to go. Okay, let me go ahead and take over here. Alright, so autopilot is off my aircraft. It looks like we have some crosswind there.
Approaching 26 right.
And let's kill the auto throttle as well. Let's see here.
$500. 400.
400 feet. Well, you know what?
300.
That's much better. Forgot to check the brakes there.
200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Long landing. Long landing.
Absolutely.
1,000 feet remaining.
Right, reversers are out. That wasn't a very good landing. And
80 knots.
we did make it safely though. I got distracted by too many things. One was the traffic on the runway, and the fact that I did not arm the... Ooh! Well, that's what happens when you use an AI plugin that does not coordinate ATC. So that's fine. We made a huge mess out of that landing, really bad landing. But considering that this is video number 3, I'm just going to call it a day. And I do apologize for this really lousy landing. But I hope that you were able to see the aircraft and what the aircraft can do. Being really a freeware is really commendable, and I do recommend that you guys make a donation to Zibo and his team, no matter how small. I think it will help those guys. They do great service to the community, and so I highly recommend that you make a donation. This airport, by the way, is that by ShortFinal, It is a payware airport available on the Xplane.org store. Highly recommended. Beautifully made airport. If you like flying in Germany, this airport is a must-have, just like all the other ShortFinal airports, which this is a real, very well made, in fact, airport by ShortFinal. Okay, let's go ahead and park the aircraft somewhere here, and as you can see, even the buildings and everything's really been done very, very well. All right, here we go. Even the ground equipment, the marking on the apron, the service vehicles, everything is done really with a lot of care. Beautiful airport overall. Okay, it has identified us. Stop. Okay, and parking brake is set. Says what? What does it say here? Too far. Oh, okay. Well, considering how bad the landing was, I'm not really worried too much about parking the aircraft in the right spot. But I want to show you guys the airport here because it is really a beautiful airport. Maybe we can change the time here a bit so you can see the airport during daytime as well. Really a beautiful airport by ShortFinal. Let me switch out here. As you can see, a beautiful rendition really of the airport. Highly recommended. Very, very detailed. The artwork and the custom 3D objects is simply superb. So if you like, again, flying in Germany, I will provide you, of course, with a link to the airport in the description section of the video. Well, folks, this is pretty much it for our video today. I do apologize for the terrible landing and any other mistakes I've made during the video. I hope that it was enjoyable nevertheless. And until next time, please take care of yourselves and each other. And I will see you all very soon. Thanks for watching, and bye-bye for now.